What's going on, y'all? Connor with Rock Pokemon here, coming at you with yet another CGC grading return. This time, something a little different. And by different, I mean unexpected. This was supposed to be a PSA return, but there was a little mix-up at the factory, and we ended up with CGC slabs. So that's all good. No problems there. Love me a good CGC slab. What you're going to see throughout this sub is there are definitely some cards here that could have used that PSA leniency, but we ended up doing all right. A couple keeping for my personal collection that I'm really stoked about. Few that I'm going to sell and few that I'm undecided on. So let's hop right in. No particular order here. First, we have the Mew Black Star promo number 8, a incredibly ubiquitous card, highly printed, highly collected, always a fun one. I think I got this like for free in an order, threw it into a sub, so ended up hitting the 9 there, held back by the corners a little bit, but always nice to see. A really nostalgic card for me. I think of the Black Star promos, this is one of the most nostalgic for me. So really cool one. You'll see another one in this submission. You know, I'm surprised, you get the 9.5 on centering. That bottom's pretty fat, but I will take it. So next we have some, I think there's only one holo in this whole return. So we have Mystery of the Fossils Slowpoke, one of the best Slowpoke arts ever. It's just so clean, so nice. Again, a little bit of surface bringing us down to that 8.5. Otherwise, looking pretty nice. A lot of these are just cards that I either had in a binder or pulled myself from a pack. So then we have the Psyduck from Rocket Gang, another great card. Definitely something going on with that surface that I haven't checked out too closely yet. Probably just all those freaking scratches on the back of this card. Holy goodness, I definitely missed those. So nice, you can see those right there. So this was a like last January type of submission where we were just throwing everything at the wall, see what stuck, see if we could make some flips. So a lot got sent in, missed a few there. So next up, though, we have the 66, my favorite number, Machop from the Japanese base set. 8.5 on centering and surface, as expected there. 9 corners and edges coming in at that 8.5. So example of a card that could have used a little bit of PSA leniency, maybe would have hit that 9. Then you got the Cubone from Jungle, another Japanese WotC era card. I've always been super nostalgic for this artwork. I don't know why. I really like this one. There's something about the way Cubone looks there. Looks like we were held back largely on centering here as expected when you look at the card. So a nice one all in all, and enjoy having the subgrades on these as well. Then we have the Ghastly from base set. So really held back by edges on this one. You can see there is a ding up there on the corner. I don't even remember where I got this card, to be honest. So little ding down there in the corner. So really more of an edges than a corner issue. Or a corner than edges, but I guess, it's far enough away from the corner that counts. So 8.5, again, another one that could use some PSA leniency. So keep hopping through the 7 Abra, the dud of the submission. Not sure what the heck happened there other than that big ding in the back that I missed. So always funny to see cards come back that you just totally missed on. But very nostalgic for that as well. Love the Psychic Pokemon. You're seeing a lot of purple in this return. Then we have, I think this will be one too. Yes, the Tauros from Japanese base expansion, which is Expedition. This artwork is sick. I absolutely love this one, which is why I sent in 2. Really, really fun artwork, to be honest. Really unique in my opinion. Would have been great as a holo, honestly. Hit the 10 on centering with this one, which is super cool. Both these cards had really strong subgrades, to be honest. So nice first edition stamp down there. And I do recall that's a false first edition with base expansion. There was no unlimited for that set in Japanese, but always nice to see that first edition stamp. Then we have a fun little segment here of the Eevee from Rocket Gang coming in at the 9. Oh, nope, didn't put them in order. So we got the Eevee from Rocket Gang. You're going to see Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon later. Love this card. This Nishida artwork is one of the most nostalgic for me, opening up so much Rocket as a kid. So really I was hoping to hit a 9 trio or quad on this with the 3 Gen 1 Eeveelutions. So starting off strong with the Eevee 9. Next, we've got one of the best Pikachu artworks of all time, the Kimura artwork from Neo Genesis. Unfortunately held back by that surface. Probably something on the back there if I had to hazard a guess. But a beautiful artwork nonetheless. Absolutely love this one. This one is headed off to a new home today. Oh, and so is one of the Tauros, actually. So here's that other Black Star Mew. So we ended up hitting the 8.5. That's one of those surprising 8.5s where you've got like fairly strong subgrades. But it's all good. Held back by corners and edges, but always fun to just send cards like this. They're super popular. Everyone loves. I'm really nostalgic for it. Can't complain about having that one. So that artwork is just, it's so good. It's so, so good. The holo in Japanese fossil is just stupid good. But anywho, let's hop into, there it is, the Dark Jolteon coming in at the 9. This one was a classic Mitsuhiro Arita artwork. Really love that pair of the Rocket Gang Eevee and the Dark Jolteon. So stoked to hit the 9 there. Quite the iconic artwork as an Eeveelutions fan myself. Then there's our Flareon also coming in. Let's compare. Looks like we did a little better on corners and centering on the Jolteon, but this Flareon, and also an Arita artwork, is stupid good. I think that the Rocket Gang Eeveelutions are some of the best Eeveelutions artworks out there, like the best non-holos in the game. So really nice one there. This might be the Vaporeon. It is. Only were able to hit that 8.5 on the Vaporeon, held back by surface. I believe, if I recall, I actually thought all of these were going to get 8s because the backs were not, so you can see that scratch down there. So that's why that got the 8. I knew these backs weren't in good shape, but always fun to try to shoot for that 9 across the board. So we were able to get 9, 9, 9, and 8.5. So this is a situation where, like, if I want to keep these in my collection, I'll probably keep this for now, but I could easily, sell it and upgrade to a 9 for not much more. So if I want to, kind of display that quad 9 set for myself. Next up, we have a super, super fun card, the Noctowl from Heart Gold Soul Silver, complete with a fat swirl down there, as you can see. Check it out right there. This is a great card. I actually already own this card. Totally forgot I had submitted this. Really stoked to hit the 9 on that. Noctowl, Hoot Hoot, super fun Pokemon. As you can see, these come back with a bunch of stuff on them from CGC, but really stoked to hit the 9 there. Nice swirly boy. So cannot complain about having multiple of this card. Super, super great. Like iconic background, I think, for Noctowl. This is one of the, I think, more well-known Noctowl cards with that really, really neat background and that hollow pattern. A lot of these have swirls too, which is great. So Really sweet card from Heart Gold, Soul Silver 2010 set. Then we have back to Jungle with the Spiro, another iconic artwork, just so nostalgic. Arita does not miss. Back to that classic vintage surface, and again, 8.5 on with those subgrades. It's a PSA 9 all day. So hate to see that, but what can you do? Then we have the Rapidash coming in hot with the 8. So another one. This actually, this came out of the pack that I opened in January 2021 to kick off the year for the end of 2020. So what was that? 7.5 on surface. See if we can catch something back there. I think there was a scratch back there, but must have missed a dent or something in that. This is one of those ones where it's like, you know, kind of commemorate a pack you open, throw in some of the fun common uncommons you like. So, interesting. I'm gonna have to look. There's probably a crease on one of the corners. That's what usually happens. Like I don't know. I'm gonna have to look more closely at that one. So, nothing gained, nothing lost. Cool memory of that pack. Then we've got one from that same pack, the Marowak. So to pair with our Cubone we looked at earlier, super strong subgrades across the board. Obviously that centering is off a bit, but really cool to hit the 9 and 9.5 on that and the Cubone. Cool little pair. Then we have the Paris from Jungle hitting the 9.5 as well. Similar subgrades, even stronger on corners and edges, honestly. And centering at a 9. I guess that looks about right. That's pretty good centering. Always nice to hit that, you know, what I thought would have been a PSA 10, but we got the CGC 9.5, so all good there. 8.5 on the Venonat. Here's another one again. That's a PSA 9 all day, but what can you do? Cool card. I like that artwork as well. So many Arita and Sugimori artworks. Here's, you know, one from my favorite artist, Himeno. Again, one that could have used a little TLC, might have been able to bump up to something better at PSA, but there's probably a surface issue there that I missed as well, probably a scratch on the back or something like that. So really beautiful artwork though, so classic. The way that like the orange reflects into the bubbles, it's one of Himeno's like earlier, kind of slightly different. Like you can tell it's Himeno, but it's like slightly more subdued as far as her art style. So that's a fun one as well. Then we have my two favorites to cap it off. Two really big Vending series cards, or two of my favorites that I was really stoked to send in. Actually, I'm totally cool with having them in CGC slabs. So first we have the Charmander coming in at the 9 with 9 or better across the board. This Nishida artwork is stupid good. This one is staying in my forever collection. I have the Bulbasaur and Squirtle as well. So part of my collection of Gen 1 starter artworks is this Charmander. I peeled this and submitted it myself off the vending sheet. So always super fun to do that and hit a win there. So really stoked about that one. And then last but not least, the very best of the sub. That's right. The pristine 10, so close to the perfect 10. This is a pop 1, none graded higher, so there are no other pristine 10s, nor are there any perfect 10s at CGC of the Vending Series 1 Glossy Bulbasaur. So absolutely ecstatic about that. Notoriously bad for centering is the Vending Series, so this one I knew had a shot. And we were able to hit that 10, which is pretty cool. I actually have this from the Bulbasaur deck, so same artwork, but not glossy. So this is an absolutely beautiful card. So stoked to see that pristine 10 gold on a vintage artwork. the Kazuki, Bulbasaur in the lab. So y'all, thanks for checking out the CGC return. This was a fun little one. Honestly, pretty cool with the fact they ended up going to CGC instead of PSA. A couple of those could have used help, as y'all could see, but always fun to just have some really great slabbed cards from, Gen 1 WotC era sets. So, y'all, as always, I am Connor from Rock Pokemon. Collect what you love, but do it intelligently. See y'all soon.